I mean, I'm sure she smells. It's reality. And I'm not trying to be mean. Like, if she wouldn't want people to say that about her, she should lose some fucking weight. But reality exists. When you're that big, she can't clean herself. For fuck's sake, people. Like, when you're so big that wiping your ass is a task, like, shit's going to get missed. And not to mention that, just the extra, moisture in between the skin folds. But I had several people reach out very upset. They thought I was being very rude, saying that she smells, even though it's probably 100% reality. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, folks. I think that we can look around in society. There is so much horrible fucking shit going on. We don't have time to lie to each other no more. Political correctness has got to get put way to the fucking back. Fuck your feelings. That's why I thought I'd wear this shirt today. Fuck your feelings. Don't care at all that if something I say hurts your feelings. I could literally fucking care less. I think you're a big ass pussy if something I say hurts your feelings. And you have every right to be a big ass pussy. I don't give a fuck. But just because you say I'm offended, I'm going to literally not fucking care. I don't give a shit if you're offended. We've got to get past that very quickly because we have a majority obese society and obesity makes you fucking stupid. Period. It makes you stupid and crazy. Reality exists. People saying like, you can't tell if I'm healthy if I'm fat. You think you're healthy when you're fat. I can tell you're mentally unhealthy. You're 300 pounds and you somehow think that you are not in an unhealthy realm. You're fucking mentally ill too then. It's not even, why argue, It's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to say hi to everybody, and then we're going to go over a few articles, some studies, some things I've talked about before. I'm going to open it up to Q&A. We can talk about anything you fucking want. I don't give a shit. I'm going to film some videos later on today, probably to offend a bunch of fucking people, because that's what I'm in the mood for today. I'm in the mood to just be as completely realistic as possible, just with everybody around me, so that they know I'm not going to fucking take their shit. And reality exists. I mean, get there faster, people. The fuck? I can't believe I had people reach out like, you were so rude to Amber Lynn Reed. Like, it's fine, she probably does, but just to openly say she smells, if you're even admitting that she probably does, why is it offensive for me to fucking say it? Do you expect me to lie along with you? Or do you want me to be as big of a pussy as you are and fucking have to lie about somebody to somebody's face? This woman is eating herself to death and you're worried about hurting her fucking feelings. She's eating herself to death and you're worried about hurting her fucking feelings. Fuck you and your feelings. Fuck her and her feelings. Lose the fucking weight. Weak ass motherfuckers. Anyway, Tigger, how you doing? Indu Bunny 400. What's up? Hannah, how are you doing? Kimberly, least interesting woman in the world. I don't know how to pronounce that, but what's up, motherfucker? That's how that. I'm going to call that motherfucker. That's how I'm going to pronounce that, motherfucker. Okay. Chaco, beef with Nick, and I hope that's not offensive. I really don't fucking care, actually, but since I can't pronounce it, I'm just going to make something up. Ready for this one? Brain fog is real. Brain fog from being obese is a very real fucking thing. And not just being obese, but is a very real thing from what you eat too. And I mean, it can happen with people that aren't obese, but to be 300 pounds, you're eating in a way that's going to cause you executive function of the brain issues and cognitive function of the brain issues. It's reality. But I completely agree with you, Naya 0707. Betsy, how are you doing? Happy Monday to you also, Naya. Elizabeth Spawn, what's going on? Cookies, Jamie, Emily, Leah, Rita, Lisa B, what's happening? Janet, how the fuck are you? Rojin, I hope I got that right. Chat Batman, horse and rider wellness. Just got done working out and now waiting for lunch on the grill. Hell yeah. I'm going to be grilling up some steak today, and that's pretty much all I'm going to have. I think today is a no-carb day. And I think the way I've been doing it is kind of like no-carb, vegetable carbs, starchy carbs on Thursday, even more starchy carbs on Friday. Saturday is kind of like an indulgent day. I might even have an ultra processed something, like if we go out to dinner or something like that. or go out to a movie. And then Sunday, I kind of just reset and I go kind of low carb. So, and it's been working. I feel good. I feel really, 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 really good. 52 years old, fucking killing it. Okay. Lady Hawk, how are you doing? Jet Batman, I have no feelings. Funny. Hi, Alan. On a water break from writing my research paper. Love what you do. Thank you very much. What's your research paper on? Rebecca Calderwood finally made it live. Going to listen while I walk with my baby and dog. Looking forward to it. Please have headphones in. I would hate for your baby's first words to be fuck. And it just, I don't mind. I just wouldn't want to be that influence. If you want your baby's first words to be fuck, that's your baby. You can fucking do that. But I hope you have headphones in. Anyway, Alan's just trying to tough everyone up. Kind of, sort of. Like I'm fucking just sick of it. Just fucking sick of it. If you're easily offended, this probably isn't the channel for you. That's fucking true. That's very fucking true. Very fucking true. Give me a second. Mark just sent me a message. Ooh, nice deal. Fit Family Legacy. What's up? Alan. Hey, what's up? Jad, how are you doing? Savar, how you doing? Did I miss some people? No, I did not. Clang and bang while listening to Alan speak truth. Hell yeah, motherfucker. Hell the fuck yeah. Alan's in a mood. I am in a little bit of a mood. I'm in a little bit of a mood. So I've been in a mood though. Yesterday put me into a mood. Like watching literally, like, we've coddled fucking people so much that a 500-pound woman said, healthy, like in air quotes yesterday. What the fuck? Like, that's bad for her and society. And then she's like, I don't understand why people don't find me attractive. Because you're fat as fuck. Like, I mean, you're fucking encumbered fat. Like you're like 30 pounds away from bedridden fat. That's fat. Like, you're 4 times the size you fucking should be. That's fucking super fat. Your bluntness has helped you. Good. I fucking good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, motherfucker. Chris in real life, how are you doing? Jess, what's going on? Erica. Subdue. I went to Vitamin Shop to pick up the Ember later. I got a request from Google Maps asking where the entrance was to help others get there faster. Good. Tell them. My vacation is stressing me out. I wanted to go see the Pet Cemetery Canody so bad now, and I cannot find any dive operators who go there from Cancun. Fuck that. I am not diving with sharks and shit like that. Fuck that. I will go kayaking with alligators and snakes and all that shit, but I am not fucking snorkeling with sharks. Fuck that shit. And I'll snorkel, but fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I have shark phobia, and we went and saw the Meg 2 this past week. Great movie, by the way. Jason Statham, Bald Acceptance, motherfuckers. I went to the gym at 5:30 a.m. today to lift for an hour. I'm ready for it. Hell yeah. Good job, Jamie. Good job. Kelsey, people reaching out to you about it as if it matters. I was like so weirded out. I'm like, I can't believe you said she probably smells. I was like, she does. I mean, she's 550 pounds. She fucking smells. I guarantee it. Hey, Alan, love listening to BS. Excited for Alchemy. Alchemy, right here. Bam. The 22nd. 4 patented ingredients. Clinically tested human doses, good for your blood pressure, triglycerides, raises good cholesterol, lowers bad cholesterol, lowers waist circumference, lowers BMI, blunts glycemic response of food, amazing for insulin resistance people, helps with insulin sensitivity, amazing, amazing, amazing supplement. It is going to help many people, and I'm going to be doing more videos about that this week, but it should be arriving at the facility tomorrow, which means we'll be getting prepared and be ready to ship out. That way you guys get your orders shipped out like that fucking day when we release on the 22nd. So the name is Anna in Arabic. Thank you very much, Chad. I'll call her Anna then. Making my grocery list. Excellent. Howdy, y'all. I'm about to embark on a no added sugar journey so I can see if it helps my knee. Wish me luck. I'm an addict, but I want this. It will help you. This will help you with that. if you're a sugar addict, if you have PCOS, if you have a lot of carb cravings, that sort of thing, when Alchemy comes out, you should get it. This is the tool for people that have problems with sugar, that have problems with carbs, that have problems with insulin resistance. This is the tool for that. These two together, this blunts, I can't say blocks because I get in trouble. This blunts stomach hunger, the actual mechanism of stomach hunger, as well as increases stress relief, and it has an amazing supplement in it that makes it so your body goes more towards fat stores than muscle stores than without it. So even if you weren't taking some of the crazy medications that cause you to lose lean mass, no morbidity, just if you were taking nothing at all and taking no morbidity, you will go more predominantly towards your fat stores than muscle stores. You will retain more muscle mass, more lean mass than you would without using it. And you are just not really that hungry. It still means you can get sugar cravings, especially if you're a sugar addict and stuff like that. That's why the two of them together are the best 1-2 punch for your health. If you have problems with food, if you are overweight, this is the best 1-2 punch for your future health that I personally have ever seen. And I mean, I know I'm definitely biased because I'm part of those products, but they are fucking amazing. Amazing. And if you don't believe me, you can ask people in the chats about no morbidity. And when Alchemy does come out and bunches of people try it and they realize, holy fuck, I ate, like, I am not craving carbohydrates. I'm not craving sweets anymore. You will see that also too. I only put my name on supplements that supplements and partner with people that I think actually produce amazing, good, health-minded supplements. And these two are both unfucking believable supplements. Unbelievable. Let's see. You went out for a couple of beers and bar food last night. I feel absolutely like garbage today. I can understand that too. All right. I love how brutally honest you are. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it very much. 100% with headphones. Good. All right. So we got a bunch of people that joined in. I am going to get to what I was going to talk about today. Okay. So if I missed anybody, I know, but I'm not going to get into using those words just because it's easy to block the mechanism of stomach hunger. So, anyway, just curious, does Mark use these to lean out for his bodybuilding shows? Mark uses no morbidity, and he uses Nutrient Driver. He doesn't. I believe he's tried Alchemy, but like we only had a short run try. I've been using Alchemy because I bought the other ingredients separate and then use Nutrient Driver along with the other ingredients separate. But Mark is also a fucking machine. And he does have a few other things too. Mark, for a lot of people who don't know this, Mark had a very serious stomach problem, a very serious abdominal hernia that he has a wire mesh in his stomach right now. It's almost like an internalized girdle. So he can only fit so much food in his stomach. Like his stomach will only expand so far because it's like an internalized girdle, right? So hunger, like overeating is not really a problem for him. That, and he eats super fucking clean. Super clean. Does it have cinnamon? It has a patented cinnamon extract in it called Procin. Procincy is what it's called. Procincy is what it's called. Yes. So yes, it does. And we can even talk about that afterwards. So you should reach out to Shurinshka. She is on a path to destruction way too soon. So sad to watch. I have no idea who you're talking about. They can reach out to me. I'm done reaching out to people. I'm done. Because I reach out to them and then I try to help them. And then since they didn't reach out to me, they're not bought in. And then they don't fucking do shit. And it just frustrates me. And they just keep doing what they're fucking doing. So I'll help anybody that fucking reaches out to me. Anybody. I mean, I will take on anybody as a coach. My wife and I still do coaching. It's daily communication, weekly video conferences. As a matter of fact, boom. Let's get this out of the way. Here is our link to our app that you can join. And also a 3-month block of coaching. I'll open up a few more blocks of that today. But daily communication, weekly video conferences. I'll coach anybody. You can hate my guts. I don't even fucking care. Crystal can be your coach for all I give a fuck. She's my coach. But I'll help anybody that reaches out. But I'm not going to fucking just go reach out to people anymore. Fuck that. And fuck them. So, all right. So here we go. And share screen. All right, this is a recent article. And I'm going to remove the banners. Give me 1 second. Go. All right. All right. So, brain's appetite control center different in people who are overweight or living with obesity. You're not living with obesity. You are fucking obese. I can't stand the fucking pussyfooting around. My God. So, experts say inflammation in the brain may be a factor in appetite and hunger. Catherine Falls commercial, getting the image anyway. Researchers report that regions of the brain are larger in young adults with obesity than other weight issues. If they've been obese most of their life, their brain hasn't developed the same way it would develop if they weren't obese. They actually have less gray matter also in their brain. They say inflammation in the brain may influence appetite and hunger. It absolutely fucking does. Experts say you can reduce inflammation in the body by eating a healthy diet and fewer fats and processed foods. The hypothalamus, a small region of the brain, was significantly larger in young adults who had obesity and were overweight in a new study published in the Neuroimage Clinical. Researchers also reported that there was a significant relationship between the volume of the hypothalamus and body mass index among study participants. The hypothalamus works as a control center for hunger and feeling full. However, there is a minimal amount of information about this brain region, partially because it's small and difficult to see on MRI scans. The researchers pointed out that previous research on animals showed that there was an interaction pathway between the hypothalamus and other populations acting together in the brain's appetite control center to tell us when we are hungry and when we are full. How inflammation affects the brain. The researchers suggested inflammation may play a role in these brain relationships. For example, they explained the previous animal studies show that high-fat diets cause inflammation of the hypothalamus and can lead to insulin resistance in the body. I would argue that it depends on the type of fat also, though. I really would, because that's not always the case with all high-fat diets. However, if it is like seed oil fat or if it's something like that, absolutely. Some studies suggest that chronic inflammation of the hypothalamus can cause necessity to eat more before feeling full. The researchers employed an algorithm that used machine learning to analyze scans of 1,351 young adults with a range of BMI scores. They found that the hypothalamus was significantly larger in those with obesity or overweight, which is odd because they don't develop as much gray matter. Their brains aren't as big, and the hypothalamus being bigger means it's even more in proportion. So, and that's the truth. Like, being obese crushes your gray matter. The researchers did not determine whether the inflammation is the cause or consequence. We knew the hypothalamus was involved with hunger, said Dr. Mir Ali, a bariatric surgeon and medical doctor at the Memorial Care Surgical Weight Loss Center at Orange Coast Medical Center in California, but we have so much more to learn. One concern is inflammation. The researchers suggest that this could play a role, but there is inflammation. But if there's inflammation in any part of the brain, it's very serious, and it happens very often. We're about to go over that. We should treat obesity as a long-term illness, he added. There are new medications available that are very effective, but these should be used as tools to help a person make long-term changes, not only as a treatment. And that's not how they're being used at all. But I mean, we all know this. The World Health Organization, because they're so reputable and not an evil entity that's trying to fucking destroy the world, defines obesity and defines overweight and obesity as abnormal or excessive accumulation, fat accumulation that presents health risks. A BMI of more than 25 is considered overweight, and over 30 is considered obese. Again, for those of you that watch this all the time that are about to like fucking, wet your pants about me talking about BMI, I much more prefer waist to height ratio. Waist to height ratio would categorize nearly every obese person as obese. A lot more people that would be considered of a healthy weight, but actually are actually unhealthy would be caught by waist to height ratio because of their waist measurement. Like if it's a 160-pound male that's 5'9", but he has almost no muscle and a big ass fucking gut, he's unhealthy, even though he's of a normal weight, right? And there's very few people that are obese that don't have a waist to height ratio that would put them as obese. So it would actually capture more people. I would argue that by waist to height ratio, I bet you we're about 60% obesity in America. Just my anecdotal observations. According to the Center for Disease Control, also not an evil entity that is trying to fucking help take over the fucking world, who have no fucking, like, horrible fucking, anyway, let's not try to get banned today. The latest reported incident rate in the United States was in 2017 was nearly 42%. It has increased from 30% in 2019. So if we look at that, in 17 years, it raised up 12%. So even without the great fattening of 2020, it would have raised up probably 4 to 6% as it's going up exponentially. So we should be somewhere around. We would be somewhere around if they took it today. If nothing happened like the great fattening of 2020, when they told everybody to stay inside and that you can get Krispy Kreme donuts for the rest of your fucking life, along with beer and French fries, if you take an experimental gene therapy made by historically corrupt companies from historically corrupt industries to combat a fucking cold, less deadly to healthy people under the age of 70 than fucking seasonal flu. Facts matter, people. Facts matter. Obese. So we would be somewhere around 46 to 48%. But I even think by BMI register, we got to be over 50% obesity. By waist to height ratio, again, as I said, just my anecdotal evidence, I believe we're over 60% obesity in America. And that's morbid obesity. Morbid. Because it's visceral. That's insulin resistance, that's cancer, that's stroke, that's heart attack, that's cardiovascular disease of all kinds. That is massive amounts of sleep apnea. That is incredible societal burden. Anyway, so that's that article. Now we're going to go, for those of you that were wondering about what I was saying about neuroinflammation, we're going to go to this. Because again, I like to bring the fucking info, people. I'm not just a fucking ugly face. I like to fucking bring the info. So this is Obesity and Neuroinflammation, a Pathway to Cognitive Impairment. And this is from 2014. I've actually talked about this one many, many fucking times. But obesity is a growing problem worldwide, is associated with a range of comorbidities, including cognitive dysfunction. And a lot of people don't talk about that, but cognitive dysfunction is, in fact, an issue. So, and it causes worse behaviors, all sorts of fucking shit. In this review, we will address the evidence that obesity is high-fat feeding obesity and high-fat feeding, again, depends on the kind of fat, can lead to cognitive dysfunction. We will also examine the idea that obesity-associated systemic inflammation leads to inflammation within the brain, particularly the hypothalamus, and that this is partially responsible for these negative cognitive outcomes. So the article that we read, again, everybody's like all surprised. Oh my God, it can cause problems with the hypothalamus. They've known this since 2014. But lo and behold, your public health officials don't even talk about obesity. Your public health officials talk about like, you need to wear a fucking diaper on your fucking face to somehow fucking protect yourself from a fucking cold, which is idiocy, fucking complete fucking 100% idiocy. Thus, thus obesity and high-fat feedings lead to systemic inflammation, excess circulation of free fatty acids, circulating cytokines, free fatty acids, and immune cells reach the brain at a level of the hypothalamus, initiate local inflammation, including microglial proliferation. This local inflammation likely causes synaptic remodeling and neurodegeneration within the hypothalamus, altering internal hypothalamic circuitry and hypothalamic outputs to their other brain regions. This is why the person thinks that they need more to eat too. The result is disruption of cognitive function mediated by regional, such as hippocampus, amygdala, and reward process centers. Central inflammation is also likely to affect these regions directly. Thus, central inflammation in obesity leads not to just disruption of hypothalamic satiety signals and perpetuation of overeating, but also negative outcomes of cognition. So it makes them stupid and makes them want to eat more, which is the new study pretty much said the same things. Now, let's see here. This is an interesting one because this right here was also one I wanted to go over. And we'll discuss this later too, but I just want to say that for all of you that don't understand this, if you're 300 pounds, you're not 300 pounds because you're eating all fucking whole foods. I'm sorry. It's just almost impossible to eat that much fucking Whole Foods. It just is. But you know, we need to try to kind of accept that we really fucking do have a problem with ultra processed foods. Ultra processed foods are the actual problem. Instead of our public health officials talking about us getting away from ultra processed foods, recently the USDA ran a study to try to find a healthy quote unquote diet on 91% ultra processed foods. I did a live about it not too long ago. It just goes to show that they want you sick, fat, and fucking dependent upon pharma. So this is from December 5th of 2022. I talked about this ad nauseum, but we are going to go over it again. This is from CNN. So this is how unavoidable this is. We all eat them. Ultra processed foods such as frozen pizzas, ready to eat meals make our busy lives much easier. Besides, they make it much easier. Really. Besides, they are just so darn tasty. You fucking weak ass pansy. Who isn't susceptible to hot dogs, sausages, burgers, fries, sodas, cookies, cakes, candy, donuts, and ice cream? Just to name a few. There's nothing wrong with burgers, by the way, as long as you don't have the fucking bun. French fries, if you want to use actual fucking lard and do them in the air fryer and not deep fry them, not a fucking problem. Sausages, depends on who makes the sausage. Same thing, you know, hot dogs I wouldn't fucking necessarily think are healthy, but I would think they're ultra processed. But sodas, cookies, cakes, candies, donuts, and ice cream are all ultra processed. If more than 20% of your daily calorie intake is ultra processed foods, however, you may be raising your risk for cognitive decline, a new study finds. So, if I'm going to read that again because I think it's important. If more than 20% of your daily caloric intake is ultra processed foods, however, you may be raising your risk of cognitive decline, a new study found. 20%. Remember that number, 20%. Okay. And I don't know if this study gets into it, but I know this study backwards, forwards, front of my hand. I read it just the other day again for a reread. But it was done in Brazil, large sample size, and it showed that people that ate 20% or more of their, or around 20% of their total daily caloric intake in ultra processed foods over a median time of 8 years. The study actually went between 6 and 10 years. Caused a increased rate of executive function decline of 28 or 25%, and a increased rate of overall cognitive impairment at 28%. That's very fucking bad. Okay, that is very bad. Very, 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 very bad. So the amount would be equal to about 400 calories a day in a 2,000 calorie diet. For comparison, a small order of fries, a regular cheeseburger from McDonald's, contains about 530 total calories. The part of the brain involved in executive functioning, the ability to process information and make decisions, is especially hard hit, according to this study published Monday in JAMA Neurology. So one more time, just because I think I need to read that over too. The part of the brain involved in executive functioning, the ability to process information and make motherfucking decisions, is especially hit hard. Men and women in the study who ate the most ultra-processed foods had a 25% faster rate of executive function decline, a 28% faster rate of overall cognitive impairment compared to those who ate the least amount of overly processed foods. While this is a study of association, not designed to prove cause or effect, there are a number of elements to fortify the proposition that some acceleration of cognitive decay may be contributing to ultra-processed foods, says Dr. David Cates, a specialist in preventative and lifestyle medicine and nutrition, who was not involved in the study. The sample size is substantial and the follow-up extensive. While short of proof, this is robust enough that we should conclude ultra-processed foods are probably bad for our brains. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, like, the people are like, well, there's a difference between causation and correlation. Yes, but if here, I always give this example, right? So the difference between causation and correlation, because people say, well, being fat is unhealthy for you. Causation, correlation. They're like, no, you can't prove causation, correlation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, if I am in Atlanta and I start running across the highway, I have like a fucking 5% chance of fucking living. Right? Running across the highway isn't the thing that's causing my death. It's the car that's impacting me at a high fucking velocity. So while the causation and correlation are not the same fucking thing, I'm still fucking roadkill. Okay, so let's get real here, people. Let's see. There was an interesting twist, however, in the quality of the overall diet was high, meaning that the person also ate a lot of unprocessed whole fruits and grains and healthy sources of protein. The association between ultra-processed foods and cognitive decline disappeared. So eating whole foods, again, is better for your fucking brain. Ultra-processed foods drag diet quality down, and thus their concentration in the diet is an indication of poor diet quality in most cases. So that is a lot of ultra-processed foods. The study followed over 10,000 Britons for up to 10 years. Just over half of the study participants were women, white, and college educated, with the average age of 51. Cognitive testing, which included immediate and delayed word recall, word recognition, and verbal fluency, was performed at the beginning and the end of the study, and participants were asked about their diets. In Brazil, ultra-processed foods make up about 25 to 30% of total daily caloric intake. We have McDonald's, Burger King, and we eat a lot of chocolate and white bread. It's not very different, unfortunately, than many other Western countries. Oh, but wait. Co-author Dr. Claudia Simoto, and an assistant professor at the divisions of geriatrics in the University of Sao Paulo Medical School, told CNN that the study abstract was released in August. 58% of the calories consumed by U.S. citizens. 58% of the calories consumed by U.S. citizens. 56.8% of the calories consumed by British citizens. And 48% of the calories consumed by Canadians come from ultra-processed foods. So they're talking 20% makes you stupid, and we have people that are probably, we have people right now that the majority of what they've eaten the entirety of their fucking lives is ultra-processed. And then we wonder why people are completely fucking irrational and stupid. For real, we wonder why people are completely fucking irrational and stupid, with 58% of our total calories consumed in the United States being ultra-processed foods. And 20% or more over a long period of time being bad for cognitive executive function. So imagine if we fucking tested this, if they followed 10,000 Americans that ate 58%. Imagine what the cognitive decline and executive function decline would be. And for those of you that are wondering what executive function actually is, hang on a second. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Because this is important. This explains actually a lot of what I go through too, which is kind of fucking crazy. But boom. So this is the brain, and this is executive function. Executive function is behavioral control, error processing, working memory, use of rules, risk and reward decisions, emotions and reactions and responses. So when you eat a ton of fucking shit food, it causes you to have decline in error processing, a decline in behavioral control, a decline in risk reward decisions. People make bad decisions about food and about life when they fat as fuck and eating all sorts of ultra processed foods all the time. They can't regulate their emotions. That's why they're so in their fucking fifis. But still, fuck your fucking feelings. Lose the goddamn weight. Working memory, reactions and responses. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you people? This is the problem. How we eat, how we exercise, how we sleep, how we hydrate. This is the fucking issue. It should be the number one. It should be a presidential debate topic. How we're going to look out for the shitty level of public health in America. We should be talking about this almost like every single candidate should be talking about this, because we are literally eating ourselves stupid in America and eating ourselves into massive societal burden. I saw a recent statistic that the total amount of healthcare burden in the United States went up to $4.3 trillion a year in shared societal healthcare burden for some of the shittiest healthcare in the goddamn world. Probably this out of all developed countries, probably in the ranking in the fucking bottom. That's how fucking sad this shit is. It's because we have so many sickly people, because we have so many people that aren't taking responsibility for their own fucking actions. We have so many people that aren't taking actual personal responsibility. It's insane. And these people, so neuroinflammation causes cognitive problems. Eating these processed foods is that's likely what it also leads to, because it leads to obesity, which also causes neuroinflammation, everything like that. But the fatter you get, people wonder. You want to know why Amber Lynn Reed is completely emotional, irrational, fucking childlike fucking figure, acts like they're fucking child. You want to know why Tess Holliday acts like she's a fucking child? Because she's fat as fuck and eats like shit. Nobody try to tell me that like her and Lizzo and all these people eat fucking healthy. They're fat as fuck. I mean, it's fucking insane. I mean, absolutely insane. Completely devoid of fucking logic that we're not even talking about this. They're not with it mentally. They're stupid. They've eaten themselves cognitively impaired. Reality exists. The evidence is them. They're the evidence. We sat yesterday on this channel and watched Amber Lynn Reed talk about, basically saying like, she can't understand why people don't find someone attractive based on how fat they are. You can't even fucking walk right. I mean, that takes a certain amount of fucking crazy. That takes like dissociation. That's speaking about from nothing like of your fucking like actual reality in there. Fucking stupid shit. All right, guys, we got 20 minutes for Q&A about this or any other topic you want to talk about. Ask questions, I will answer. I'm going to pop back to here. I don't think I'm dumb. I'm fairly intelligent. Imagine if I ate less processed foods, I would be a freaking genius. Seriously. I still consider myself, I mean, when I was fat as fuck, I held an executive level position in healthcare. I managed 40 plus, units all the fucking time, from hospitals to assisted livings and rehabilitation centers, hired directors of nursing, directors of fucking, medical directors, hired fucking administrators, food service directors of food and dining, fucking all, everything down, negotiated contracts, all sorts of shit. I fucking sat on the board to write fucking disaster plans for three major counties in the fucking United States, including outbreaks for fucking viruses. That's how I knew so much. That's how I knew not to be afraid of fucking COVID, is I already fucking understood what the fuck the data meant. But I'm way sharper now, like way fucking sharper now. Yeah, they say ultra processed foods aren't related to ADHD. I know, it's fucking crazy. When we know this, right? It's fucking ridiculous. So, also, the food is literally created to make you lose control and eat an entire bag. Neil's food. Yep, that's very true. Also, wish more people realize some things aren't food to fuel their bodies. Some are food-like products and should be eaten occasionally for enjoyment only. That's one of my tenets. It really is. It's one of the things I say. Like, sugar should be eaten with the same, should be ingested in the same care as alcohol. We should not, like, processed sugar should not be given to children. I mean, it just shouldn't be. I'm sorry. Like, people are like, oh my God, we'll take away their candy. Yeah. I think that would be a good idea. When I was young, I got candy like once a fucking month. Kids get candy every fucking day now. I mean, it's a problem. Nobody considers actual real food as food anymore. Not to mention that, but when you said, like, people ask me, like, what's your diet? Like, I don't really consider it a diet. I just eat mostly whole foods. Well, I don't know if I could do that. You don't know if you could just eat food? Like, you don't know if you could just eat food. You got a problem then. You're addicted. You need fucking alchemy. Like, for real. You need something that's going to help you fucking escape. You need, if you're addicted to carbohydrates or addicted to sugar, you need both no morbidity, alchemy, be getting plenty of hydration, plenty of sleep, plenty of stress relief, work on your healthy habits, work on something to do instead of just with your hands, instead of just eating when you're bored. But if you like literally are like, I can't go without eating these foods, you're addicted to it. You need fucking help. For real. It's a problem. This explains why the fat acceptance is the way it is. Everyone all up in their fifis. They're so fucking irrational. I mean, it's so ridiculous. But the problem was, and it's a couple years ago, I said that they were just emotional or irrational because they knew what they were doing. But I told people, I warned people, the more we coddle it, it's not going to be that they just want acceptance for being fat. Now they literally are, like, they want they want accommodation, and they not only they want accommodation, but they fucking like you're somehow some sort of bigot if you don't find them attractive and shit like that. It goes beyond acceptance. It really does. Alchemy releases a week from tomorrow. Like I said, it arrives at our facility tomorrow or the next day. It releases a week from tomorrow. So Hunter, I don't know if you saw, I went live a couple of times talking about it, but there is a delay in shipping. So it is a week from tomorrow. It arrives at our facility. I will be dancing a fucking jig. So a week from tomorrow, on the 22nd, we are releasing. What would you say the optimal range for waist to height ratio? In between, like the ranges I normally talk about, in between like 0.42, and they're different for men and women too. But I would say in between 0.42 for men to up to 0.48, and then for women it should be somewhere around 0.4 to I believe like 0.46 or something like that, somewhere in there. We could go over that this week too. Hospitals be serving diabetic pancakes for breakfast, lasagna for dinner. I know, it's fucking crazy, right? Any TRX programs you recommend? My wife's. It's amazing. It's fucking crazy good. It's on our app. If you're on our app, send me a message. I'll fucking set you up with it. For real. If for those of you that want to be on the app, here you go. Boom. She is insufferable. Bet you can't just eat one. Yep. It's like a horrible, horrible marketing thing. Let's see. Pretty much all of kids' breakfast cereals are candy in a bowl. Yep. Massive sugar content that they then put whole milk on, which has a high sugar content. And then you wash it down with a glass of orange juice, which is basically sugar water. Yeah. You can't even talk about making kids healthy because then you're mom shaming. Fuck them. They're fucking abusing their children. They don't fucking like it. Don't abuse your fucking kid then. If your kid's like fat, if your kid's round, you're a fucking horrible parent. Fix that shit. If your kid's round, and I'll say this, if your kid's round and you're not trying everything you can fucking do to fix it, you're a horrible fucking parent. You're abusing your child. If you don't like that, I don't care. You know, if you don't like the truth, I don't care. But you're hurting them. If your child is fat as fuck, they're not even developing brain matter at the rate they should. You're affecting them negatively, cognitively, and hormonally. Like, because the more like fat is an estrogenic organ. It's a hormone producing organ, right? So they have higher than normal levels of estrogen in their body too when they're children and fat. Do you think drinking energy drinks and coffee are bad, even if it's like every other day? No, I don't think they're necessarily bad. The energy drinks can have some deleterious like other chemicals in them and stuff like that. Coffee is just a bean. I have been leaning away from caffeine a little bit just because it helps with my sleep. I don't sleep as well when I take caffeine in, but I don't think they're bad necessarily. I just don't. I think people use them as a crutch and overuse them. Kelsey, I work at a desk job, and I'm luckily I'm able to move around a lot more than most. But my tailbone has been killing me lately. I went to PT a long time ago, but I can't wait to get back. Can't go back till I can get better. I imagine you're saying better insurance. I would try see if you get a standing desk. Amberlynn Reed tried to make us believe she took an official test and has 140 mental level IQ and graduated with a 3.9 GPA from high school. I don't believe her. Do you have any stretches or exercises that would help? Crystal has some lower back yoga, like 15-minute yogas on the app. So if you're on the app, I can send those over to you. Fat acceptance crowd has gotten to the point where they want you to be fat too. Exactly. They want you to be fat too. Like, here's my thing. If you want to accept yourself and be like, wow, I'm fat, but I love myself. I need to do better and everything like that. That's one point. But we've got people like looking dead ass at the camera and saying, God, I look fucking sexy when they're fucking 400 pounds. That's bad. Okay. And people are like, oh, you just don't want them to feel good about themselves. Not at that weight. I don't. Because if you think you look fucking great at 400 fucking pounds, there's very little incentive for you to fucking lose weight and get healthy. That type of acceptance, that delusional type of acceptance, is very dangerous for the person. Extremely. I'm sorry, and I mean, a lot of people are going to think this is horribly mean, but it is not attractive. It is not good for you. It is not good for society, and you shouldn't be celebrating it. You should be like, okay, I like how this dress looks on me, but I've got work to do. No, we've got a bunch of people being like, I love my fat body. You're fucking delusional. You're fucking crazy. That's like saying I love my fucking liver cirrhosis. I love my track marks. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, what the fuck's wrong with you people? You know? Alan, you're so right about being emotionally unstable. As a former obese person, I see it so clearly. Also, I look at the woman Samaria who is throwing temper tantrums. Oh my God, yeah. Like she literally is she's a perfect example. She's a fucking mental child. That's it. You know. Serious question, Alan. If you only had $10 to buy food for the next 10 days, what would you buy to get through this time? Beans. And I'd eat fucking fat. $10 worth of beans is fucking a lot of beans. I'd probably spend like fucking $6 on beans for 10 days. I'd spend $6 on beans, and I'd fucking I'd probably spend buy a pound of ground beef on top of that too. Fucking throw that in there. $10 done. People ask me how I lost 35 pounds and look at me like I'm crazy or lying when I tell them I ate less processed foods and going to the gym 3 times a week. Good for you, by the way, Wendy. Good for you. Everybody congratulate Wendy. That's out fucking standing. Because not only is that the loss of weight, which is, well, if you're overweight, should be celebrated, but it is development of healthier lifestyle habits. That's what should be celebrated. Great job, Wendy. Great job. It literally feels like my tailbone is poking me from the inside. Gets worse every year. You need to have that x-rayed and looked at, frankly. I mean, I'm just saying. So, wait, if you're 5'10" and have a 28-inch ratio, how can you have a waist? How can your waist to height ratio be 0.43? Well, 70 divided by 28. Or 28 divided by 70 is 0.4. I'm actually 5'9", just so you know. So I do 28 divided by 69. 0.4. Ooh, I'm fucking low. Jesus. I am in the ultra slim area right now. Cancer centers have horrible diets. They really fucking do. Does no morbidity have stimulants effect? Like, would it keep you up at night? Actually, it helps people sleep more than anything. It definitely, it's not a stimulant at all. It is non-stimulant, non-thermogenic. So I think it's a massive cultural issue as overeating has been normalized and encouraged. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. All right, any questions, people? My surgeon told me very overweight people have the highest rate of waking up hysterically distressed, having no inner coping mechanisms, plays out badly in these cases. I'd imagine. With a 28-inch waist, you'd have to be 5'5" for a 0.43. Yeah, I mean, you're right, but my waist is 28, and or it's between 28 and 29, depending on the fucking day, and I'm 5'9". So I'm considered extremely slim, is what it's considered. But if you're talking about the arbitrary ones I just shot out, I don't have them memorized, one. But two, somebody asked me what the healthy range is. Between 0.43 and 0.48 for men, I think, is the healthy range. Extra slim is, I believe, like 0.39 to 0.43 or something like that. I don't have them memorized. We can look at it. How about this? If you're going to fucking be one of those hissy fitters. Fucking loser. Give me 1 second. I have it somewhere. Here it is. I was pretty close. But since we're going to... Here we go. All right. So, waist to height ratio for a male, 0.43 to 0.46 is slender and healthy. 0.35 to 0.43 is slim and or extremely slim, and abnormally slim is anything under 0.35. Same for women. For women, it's 0.35 to 0.42. For extremely slim, slender and healthy is 0.42 and 0.46. Healthy is 0.46 and 0.49. Overweight is 0.49, 0.54. 0.54 to 0.58 is extremely overweight, and 0.58 and over is highly obese. And by the way, the average adult female in America as of 2018 had a waist to height ratio of 0.6 and above. So I hope that answered your question. You can stop freaking the fuck out. Ridiculous. All right. Something is causing these women to eat past the point. I agree. My oldest son finally started taking his obesity problem seriously. He almost died from sepsis from a cut and undiagnosed type 2 diabetes. Ooh, I'm very happy that he's taking it seriously. And I'm happy he made it. They want more than acceptance. They want praise. Exactly. I'm not going to fucking do that. I'm just not. I'm not going to do that, Vlad. I mean, I know you're not either. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to fucking golf clap at you fucking wearing a fucking bikini, looking like a melted candle. It's just not fucking happening. All right, questions, people. Anybody got a question for me? Alan, what kind of? I don't even understand what you're saying. What kind of what? It's not really a fucking question. It's an open-ended fucking thing. Kaylee, I hope you're doing great. You're not somehow on my TikTok feed right now. I'm going to check you out. I hope you're doing great, Kaylee. If you have any questions, you fucking shoot me a message. All right, here we go. Mental health needs to be more of a priority in this country, and that would help. No, physical health needs to be way more of a priority, and that would help mental health. I agree with you, but mental health, you can't be mentally healthy if you're not physically healthy. Physical health needs to take a massive priority because even if it doesn't help mental health, it will help with societal burden. Physical health should take the utmost priority. And if we were physically healthier, we would have much less of a mental health problem. As I've literally just like elaborated and showed, if we focused way more on fucking physical health, mental health, then people would make better decisions, all sorts of shit. Let's see. Sorry, Alan, what kind of beans? Thank you so much. I would probably go with pinto beans just because they're the easiest and probably the cheapest. I get shamed for only having a slim fast on my lunch break. I'm not hungry at the time. I eat at home from work. I mean, that's a nice waist to height to be around, though. Okay, thank you. Anyway, yes, I bring a protein drink to work just in case I'm still hungry and it fills me up. They should be like I take in protein powder too, but just be don't lean on them too much. One of my friends just doesn't care that she's addicted to junk food. She already has various health problems due to obesity, but I think it's going to take an actual health scare to wake her up. That's sad, but that's a good portion of the United States right now. It really is. Very good portion of the United States. Leona, how are you doing? Physical affects mental big time. I agree. We should absolutely. Oh, this is awesome. Thank you. Down 40 pounds since April. Out motherfucking standing. Everybody congratulate this woman. Everybody congratulate this woman. That is fucking outstanding. Alan deserves more praise for helping people get healthy. The fat acceptance needs to be fat shamed. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. How often, and how should alchemy be taken? Is it a once per day or is it before meals? I take it at I only eat twice a day, so I take it at my 2 meals. And it says on the bottle it is going to be taken, because I have my bottle right here. It is going to be taken 2 capsules of alchemy, 1 to 2 times a day, immediately prior to your largest meal. So your 2 largest meals immediately prior to it. So that way, when you eat it, it'll ingest. It will blunt glycemic response to that meal. And it helps with, and then it will still help with inflammation, helps with blood pressure. It's an amazing supplement. But yes, twice a day. And the way I take mine, just so you know, the way I take mine is I take No Morbidity in the morning along with my vitamin pack, my Immortal vitamin pack, and I take Golden every morning to help out with inflammation also. And then at my noon, I actually just had some ground beef just because I'm getting 2 or 3 workouts in a day. So I actually increased my calories a little bit. So even though I'm not hungry, I'm kind of forcing myself to eat a little bit more because I'm afraid I don't want to lose weight too fast. And I don't really want to lose that much more. I don't want to lose much more weight. I'm kind of like where I need to be. So I'm adjusting based off of my activity levels. But at noon, I take alchemy. I take I normally have the drink I just had, which is hydroglyph. And then at my evening meal, I'll have alchemy again. And in between, I'll probably have some greens and reds just to make sure I'm getting plenty of nourishment and nutrition. And then at night, maybe I'll have some berries, maybe with some protein powder sprinkled on top of the berries. My mental health got way better when I got physically healthy. Most people's do. I'm not hungry much, but at work. But when I get home, it's like a switch is flipped, and all I want to do is eat nonstop. Well, Dory, I do suggest that you possibly make sure you have something prepared for you when you get home that's easy access. Make sure that it's like you have like a portion ready to go, so you can just like make sure you just start. You work on that meal first and focus on your hydration the rest of the day. But guys, we are at 1 hour. 1 hour. Oh, thanks, y'all. Alan's vid's been keeping me motivated when I'm lazy. Outstanding. I'd still love to have you on sometimes. We gotta organize that. So, what's my opinion on oatmeal? I like oatmeal. Oatmeal is a dessert, though. It's carbohydrate dessert. It shouldn't be breakfast for most people. Most people, and just to be very clear, most people that don't work out very intensely every single day, they really shouldn't fucking be taking in, starchy carbohydrates every single fucking day. Like, America is so fucking sedentary that if you're not working out every day, those types of foods really are just for pleasure only. But like, Crystal actually takes oatmeal and grinds it into flour and makes muffins, like oat flour peanut butter and jelly muffins this fucking past weekend. It was so fucking good. Elderberry jelly, peanut butter, oat muffins. Holy fuck. They were good. And before everybody starts asking her for the fucking recipe, it's mine. No. I get something that's just for me. Everybody always says, oh, I'll ask her for the recipe. No, it's just mine. You grind up your own fucking oatmeal and put some peanut butter in it and fucking figure it the fuck out. Anyway, sorry, like I said, I'm in a mood. What greens and reds do you take? This is the strawberry banana. I like this one okay, but I do like the grape. The grape is just delicious. Sophie, I'm getting ready to get off. I feel you. Whenever I fall off track, I watch Alan, and so he can yell at me. That's funny. I find oatmeal for breakfast wild. People usually add tons of. That's what I'm saying. People add, like, what do you eat with it? It's the same thing. Like, people like, I had protein pancakes. What'd you put on the fucking pancakes? Yeah. You started your day off with cake. What's the recipe? I knew it. Crystal should write a cookbook. We're not doing cookbooks. We do put recipes onto the ad, but that one's just for me. Are there any supplements that would recommend for those into fitness outside of creatine? Obviously, creatine does help. There's vasodilators that help with get a good pump. I still think that to a great degree, alchemy can help anybody. Alchemy is good for people that don't train, because it does help drive nutrients into the cells at a higher rate. So I do think that alchemy is a very, very, very good fitness supplement, but it's more geared towards people that need help with glycemic response, insulin sensitivity, Like I said, women with PCOS, it's going to be amazing for, because berberine has been shown to be just as effective for PCOS as metformin. And a lot of people would argue that it's even more effective than metformin because it doesn't have the harsh side effects that metformin has. Because it has no side effects. But I really don't like. I don't take many performance supplements like for fitness. I really don't. That I used to. I used to take, like, I used to have the different pre-workouts and people would send them to me and all that shit. I just don't do it much anymore. I really, really, really don't. Now, I do take this. I take this almost every day, Vasky. But that is because I'm normally very low on carbohydrates, and I want to get like a nice pump so I can like then have pictures taken for like fucking shit. If I didn't have to be on camera, I would never fucking do it. So I wouldn't take it. Anyway, all right, guys, it is a little over an hour. I hope all of you have a phenomenal fucking day. I hope everybody has a great day. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, but maybe we'll do some TikTok or something like that. Maybe we'll just try to offend people. I don't know. I'm feeling that way this week. Anyway, hope all of you have a great day. God damn.